Yeah, I love the feeling of being able to fly and the freedom, just being able to be out and disconnect from that mainstream. I think I was born a surfer, to be honest.
Today, I want to address the news that the World Surf League has officially made the rule that male-bodied individuals known as transgender athletes can officially compete in the women's division. Have any of the current surfers in the World Surf League been asked what their thoughts and opinions are on this new rule before it was passed or announced? And I think it's really hard to imagine what the future of women's surfing will be like in 15 to 20 years down the road if we move forward allowing this major change.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy JD. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all had a great start to your week. You've all seen the title, you've all seen the thumbnail. Yeah, some brands out there really just cannot help themselves. However, this story today is a little bit more ridiculous. An Australian brand called Rip Curl that specializes in surfing clothing is facing a huge boycott right now after using a male identifying as a woman to promote women's surfing. And this comes just months after they dropped a former brand ambassador, Bethany Hamilton, who in 2003, by the way, lost her left arm from a shark attack but went on to become an amazing surfer. But it clearly doesn't matter how good of a surfer you are, because as soon as you start to have the wrong opinions in this lovely, stunning and brave society, well, we all know you must face the consequences. And this surfer was dropped because she disagrees with the idea of men competing in women's sports. She also came out and said she would refuse to compete against men in women's surfing. And here she is in a video clip asking some very valid questions around the World Surf League allowing men to compete in women's surfing. Yeah, take a watch.
Today, I want to address the news that the World Surf League has officially made the rule that male-bodied individuals known as transgender athletes can officially compete in the women's division. The World Surf League says they are following the Olympic guidelines. While I address this issue, I want to be clear that I strive to have love for all of mankind, regardless of any differences. Questions I have that I want to consider with you. How is this rule playing out in other sports like swimming, running, MMA? Have any of the current surfers in the World Surf League been asked what their thoughts and opinions are on this new rule before it was passed or announced? Should there be a conversation with the 17 women and all of the men on tour prior to a rule change such as this? Is a hormone level an honest and accurate depiction that someone indeed is a male or female? Is it as simple as this? I personally think that the best solution would be to create a different division so that all can have a fair opportunity to showcase their passion and talent. And I think it's really hard to imagine what the future of women's surfing will be like in 15 to 20 years down the road if we move forward allowing this major change. My hope is that if I ever have a daughter who is competing in surfing or any sport, and also for all the aspiring young generation of women, to have a bright and promising opportunity in her ambition to be the best of the best woman in her sport. I personally won't be competing in or supporting the World Surf League if this rule remains. Thanks.
Yeah, apparently that is so controversial. Hey look, I did forget, I do apologize, that we live in a society where simply saying 2 + 2 = 4 is so offensive to some people out there, but because Bethany Hamilton stands for truth and clearly Rip Curl have decided, well, that's not what they stand for, they dropped her again from the brand and instead, months later, have decided to use a very progressive individual to promote women's surfing. Iconic Australian surf brand Rip Curl has come under fire after featuring a transgender boarder in a campaign to promote women's surfing. Sasha Lowerson, 44, featured on the Rip Curl Women Instagram page on Thursday as part of the company's Meet the Local Heroes of Western Australia campaign. It comes just months after Rip Curl dropped former brand ambassador Bethany Hamilton, one of the world's most famous surfers, reportedly over her opposition to transgender people competing in women's sports. I mean, you simply cannot make this up, can you? I've said this before. Sometimes I read these articles and I think to myself, what reality are we living in? They dropped an amazing surfer who is going to be a great role model for girls and other women out there, especially the ones who want to get into women surfing, because she's standing up for women's sports and women's surfing. And then months after that, they use a male identifying as a woman. Leave your comments down below on that one, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm running out of words to say. I really am. But due to all the backlash, and it's getting pretty heated out there, they have actually deleted all the videos promoting Sasha Lowerson, because now they're trying to make it look like it never happened. Wait, what's that over there? What's everybody talking about? No, we would never do that. That doesn't exist. Well, unfortunately for them, it is everywhere on the internet. So here it is in all its glory. Take a watch.
Oh my God, how has surfing influenced my life? How is it not? When the sun's out and it's offshore and we've got a southwest swell running, I don't think there's a job that I'd keep. I believe it's one of the only sports where we get to perform a certain dance on a changing platform, a moving dance floor. Every wave's different, and I think that's what's kept me surfing the 35, 40 years of my surfing life. Yeah, I love the feeling of being able to fly and the freedom, just being able to be out and disconnect from that mainstream. I think I was born a surfer, to be honest.
Honestly, I love society. I think every brand who goes down this route and insults women should be ashamed of themselves. But it doesn't end there. We're now moving over to bikinis, because another Australian brand has come under a lot of fire after using a male to model their clothing. Moana Bikini, Karina Irby's brand, comes under fire for using male model JDhillon to promote women's swimwear after that Sea Folly saga. Men seem to be trying to take over everything. And look, man, let's not put all men in that group there. There are still some of us who remain in this world who want common sense brought back into society. An Australian bikini brand has come under fire for sharing a video of a male model posing in a women's swimsuit almost a year after Sea Folly suffered a similar fate for collaborating with non-binary influencer Denny Todorovich. Moana Bikini, a swimsuit brand owned by body-positive influencer Karina Irby, shared an Instagram video on Saturday of model JDhillon strutting around in a white one-piece swimsuit worth $130. Obsessed with this look, the account captioned the post, adding that Moana babe Jake was modeling a size small. Well, isn't that just fantastic? And I'm not going to show you guys the pictures, the videos of this dude modeling bikinis, because, well, I think we've seen and heard enough in today's video. And you know what? We're going to get a lot more of this in the future. This won't be the last story we see where men are modeling women's clothing, or men identifying as women are modeling women's clothing, being promoted in women's sports, etc., etc. It's just going to go on and on and on and on. But women out there obviously are just so tired of this, and so are men, because it just insults everybody's intelligence. These brands are forcing people to accept the idea that, well, firstly, this is just the normal thing, and these are in fact women when they use men identifying as women, and everybody just has to clap along. I'm alright, thanks, and I think everybody watching right now agrees with me on that one. I also think women should hit these brands where it hurts financially. Tell these brands, we're not going to be shopping from you any longer. We're going to go and find brands who actually know what a woman is. Let these brands lose money. Let these brands face the consequences. That is the best way to make change. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, on everything I've discussed today. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys feel about Rip Curl using a male identifying as a woman to promote women's surfing, and also the bikini brand using men to model clothing. If you have enjoyed as well, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out.